lists and dictionaries last week, so this week is more on the same thing. So you can have a list of any type, there's integers and floats or strings. So I could say A equals this, and then A could be a list of 0. Or 2.3 and 4.5. Or the list of the words hello and world. And I can also have elements of different types. So this is a list with 2 strings and 3 integers. And the len function can be used to find the number of elements in the list. So in this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in A. So the length of A will return 5. Does that make sense? Okay. So the way you index into a list is simply by typing in the name of the list and then in square brackets the number whose index you want. So the index starts at 0. So in this case, the word hello is the 0th element, world is the first, 3 is the second, 4th is the third, and 5 is the 4th. So A of 0 gives me hello, A of 1 gives me world, and so on. And if I type in a negative number as the index, it wraps around and goes to the back. So A of negative 1 is 5. And A of negative 2 is 4. And A of negative 3 is 3. A of negative 4 is world, and so on. And if I go out of bounds, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so if I say A of 5, there's no 5th element of the list, so it's going to give me an out of bound error. So it has to be within the acceptable range.
Yes, Tat.
So why does it do that?
I give you an error?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to find the 5th element, but there are only 5 elements. So like it's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's no A of 5. And I'm asking for something that doesn't exist. So that's why it gives me an error.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I have to say either A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, or A of 4. I can't say A of 5 because there is no A of 5. Okay?
Yeah.
So the way that you can find the list of, you can take the sub list of a list by saying A of 2 up till 4. And what that does is start at element 2, so 0, 1, 2, and it goes up till the second number. So in this case, the second number is 4, so it takes 2 and 3, and it stops before 4. So it gives me a list of 3 and 4. So let's say the list is A equals 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you think A of 1 to 4 will give me? So the answer is, it'll start at 1, so element 1 is 4, and it'll say 2, 3, and it'll stop before element 4, so it'll give me 4, 5, 6. So the find function, it just finds whatever you ask it to find. So let's say I type in a dot find 4. Oh, find is only for strings, I'm sorry. So let's say a is a string, hello world. Then a dot find w gives me 6 because 6 is the index of the letter w. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if there could be more than one instance of the same letter, right? So in that case, find just gives you the first. So if I have a equals m, then a dot find m just gives me 0. It doesn't give me all the indexes of m, it just gives me the first. And in this case, the first index of the letter m in the string m is 0. So that's what it does.
Tattva has a question.
Okay.
So, going back further to the beginning, what does len stand for?
A length. So it just tells me how many elements are in a list, or how many elements are in a string. So if I say length of A, what do you think that'll give me?
Um,
A is equal to m. So what is the length of A?
3.
Right. So it just tells you how many elements are in the string or list.
Oh, okay.
Taksh has a question. Go ahead, Taksh.
So what does a dot find mean?
We cannot hear
Uh,
very well.
A dot find gives you the first index of the letter that you ask it to find.
So to say like, I don't understand. So like,
So let's say A is equal to the string juice. Then what do you think A dot find C will give me?
1?
Why would it be 1?
Oh, now I see. So like, so you would see it would see if you have the letter in the word, right?
Right, and if it's in the word, then it gives you the index of the letter.
Yeah.
So what do you think A dot find C will give me?
A dot find C is going to give you 1.
No. What's the index of C in juice?
C?
Yeah. Is C the first letter?
Yeah.
No, it's the third, right? Because
Yeah.
J is 0, U is 1, I is 2, and C is 3.
Yeah.
So C is element 3, correct?
Oh, now I understand.
Yeah. Okay. And if a letter happens to have more than one instance, it just gives you the first one. And there could also be the case where the letter that you're asking to find is not in the string. And in that case, it returns a -1. So if I say a dot find k, it looks for k in the string juice, but there is no k in juice, so it gives me -1. So we looked at this. And then you can also split a string by any token. So if I say a dot split I, so it finds letter I in the word and it splits it into J, U, and C.
Tanvi has a question.
Okay.
Can a list have a Boolean value?
Yeah, of course. So it can have true, false. So yeah, you can have that for sure. So
Mona
A of
has,
0 is true and A of 1 is false.
Mona has a
Thank
question.
you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mona.
Can I see the slides really fast?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat your question?
Oh, can I see the slide?
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So as I was showing you the split function, you can just say, so let's say A is equal to the string juice, then A dot split U just breaks the word up into everything that comes before U and everything that comes after U. So it's just J and ICE in this case. So let's say I have another string, hello world. And then I split A in, by the space character. Who has an idea of what this will return? So the answer is it'll break it up into the words hello and world. So it just puts them into a list and returns that value. Since hello is everything that comes before the space and world is everything that comes after the space. Does that make sense? Okay. So two other operators for strings are in and not in. So it's pretty much what it sounds like. So since A is the string hello world, what do you think this will say?
Taksha has a question.
Okay.
When I did the A dot find, I was thinking that like I was thinking if you had a word that had two of the same letters in it, would it say like two numbers? Because like I did supper and I said A dot find P. It says only two, even though it could be two or three because there are two P's.
Right, I went over that. So if there's more than one occurrence of the letter, then it only returns the first one.
Oh.
Yeah. So as a reminder, if I say A equals supper, then A dot find P should only give me 2 because 2 is the index of the first P. So it doesn't give me more than 1. It just gives me the first.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So what was I doing? Yeah, the in. So let's say A is the word supper. So what happens if I say P in A? What do you think this will say? So if you said true, then you'd be right, because it just takes in, it accepts the character that you pass in as an argument, and it checks if it's in the string that you specified, and if it finds it, it says true, and otherwise it says false. So if I said, hello world in A, is hello world in the word supper? No, right? So it just says false. And I can also say not in, so this just returns the opposite of whatever in returns. So since hello world in A is false, what do you think hello world not in A would be? So obviously true. So does that make sense? No? So strip, it just removes white space or whatever you specify from the string. So let's say A is the string hello world again. So A dot strip, it just removes all the white space before and after the end of the string. So in this case, there was no white space before hello or after world, so it just stays the same. But let's say I had a string like I say A dot strip, then this just cuts off all the white space before and after. Then there's also the starts with, ends with operator. So A equals Python. So A dot starts with okay. A dot starts with P returns true, because because A starts with P, right? Because A is the word Python, and the first letter of Python is the letter P. So A does start with P, so it says true. And ends with does the same thing, except it checks the end. So A dot ends with N is true. But if I say A dot ends with K, that's false. So I think a good exercise to try this would be to write the starts with function. So I'll start a new module. So def starts with word letter. So
Tatu has a question.
okay.
Go ahead, Tat.
Basically in before in the slide, you were basically just doing booleans, right?
In the slide,
No, the one you were just typing before.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ends with and starts with return booleans. It takes in a character as an argument and returns true if the word that you specify starts with the character you specify, and false otherwise. So true and false are booleans, you're right. Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Taksha has a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Taksh.
One thing is that can you like instead of like for the starts with and the ends with, instead of just writing one letter and ends with, can you like for such as ends with, can you do py?
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Alright.
So if I say a dot ends with py, what do you think this should give you?
I would say false.
Right. But if I say a dot ends with con, that'll be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool.
Got it.
So the function that, so now that you understand what starts with and ends with do, let's try to implement this on our own. So implement. So go ahead and I'll give you a minute to try this out yourself. So as a reminder, we know how to index into a list, or I mean we know how to index into a word, a string, and using that you should be able to write a starts with function. Okay, so first letter equals word of 0, and if first letter equals the letter, return true, else return false. So word of 0 just gives you the 0th letter of the word, and this function we want to check whether the word starts with a letter, right? So if it does, then first letter should be equal to the letter, and we return true, and otherwise we say false. So if I run this, oh, mm, oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh, I'm seeing this. Now it should work. So this returns exactly what a dot a dot starts with p would return. Oh,
We got multiple questions.
okay.
Taksh, go ahead.
One thing is that can you show the coding because I didn't write it down yet.
Yeah, it's here. So I'm just taking the first letter and assigning it to the variable first letter, and I'm comparing it to the letter that the user typed in, and if the two are the same, then I say true, and else I say false. So what I'm trying to show you is that the built-in function starts with and the starts with that we wrote both do the same thing. So is everyone able to get this?
Taksha has a question.
Okay.
Yes, Taksh?
One thing is that, so for writing it, does A start with, it's A start with, and then you do parentheses, and then Python? Wait, do you do, like, one quote before you write the word?
You one quote or two quotes, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
Yeah. So did everyone get this to work? Okay, should I move on? Okay. So the next function that we'll be talking about is join.
Taksha has a question.
Okay.
Sorry, not Taksh, Tatwa. Tat, go ahead.
Can you just show the coding again? I'm almost done with the
Yeah.
program.
Tanvi is asking about can a list have a Boolean value?
It can. Yeah. So I could have a list of booleans. So booleans is a list of boolean values. So that's definitely possible.
Hello?
Hello?
Um, so, when I did starts with, um, and then Python, comma, P, it didn't work. It's not working.
Like, did you do this? Did you type in that?
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says traceback, most recent call last, file, in quotes, py shell, #1, greater than,
Actually, it's not defined or something. So is this like a standard Python function, or do you need to first define this function or something?
Yeah, it's both, like, there's a built-in function called starts with, and then I'm also showing you that you can define it yourself and make it do the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So do you need to include it, or
Yeah, you need
should
to
it?
type in this code over here and then run it.
Oh, okay. So first you need to define. Okay. Can we? I don't know how do we. Yeah. So you need to type this first. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, correct.
Time useful.
Okay, so did you get this?
No questions, probably you can proceed.
Okay. So the next thing is string.upper. So if I have a string name equals John, then name.upper just capitalizes the string. And if the name is, say the name is already capitalized, then it just returns the same thing. And I can also have a.lower, which converts uppercase to lowercase. Yeah, so you can't assign items, you can't assign letters to indexes of strings, which is a bit surprising, but you can't. So you can't, for example, I can find the letter at a certain index by saying name of 1, which gives me O, but I can't say name of 1 equals K. So that's one difference between a string and a list.
Tattva
Like if
has
it was a, yeah.
Go ahead, Tat.
So a string is basically just like something with quotation marks and a value, right?
Essentially, yeah. So it's, yeah, yeah,
Technically.
yeah. So it's very similar to a list, except that lists have, in a list that you can assign an item. So let's say I have names or numbers equals 1, 2, 3. I can say numbers of 1 equals 75, and then that changes the value. So I assign the value 75 to the index 1, but I can't do the same thing for a string. So I can't say name of 1 equals M, but I can ask for the first element. So
Yeah.
you can find the value at a certain index, but you can't assign to that value for a string. But for a list, you can do both. Okay. So there are a few special characters in Python, like the new line, tab, and backslash. So let's see what happens if I try that. So let's say S equals this is a sentence. So what do you think this will print out? So the answer is it'll say this, and it sees the new line character, and then it'll go to the next line and say is on the next line. the second line, and it sees another new line character, so it goes to the third line, sees another one, and goes to the fourth line. So print s, that's exactly what it does. It just, each time it sees the \n, it just goes to a new line. And I can have the same thing for a tab. So let's say s equals this is a sentence. When I say print s, then it just separates or puts a tab each time it sees the \t.
Tattva has a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tattva.
Okay, so why did you have to put backslashes at the very first one in the value?
Oh, because let's say I didn't put a \, then it would just print out this sentence, right? Because it would just think that I was asking for the character n. So I'm taking the slash out. So now if I say print s, then it doesn't print to a new line, and it just has an n everywhere. So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's why I want the new line.
Okay.
Have you heard about escape character? Tattva? Tattva?
Yeah.
Huh?
Have you heard about escape character?
No.
Okay, this is called escape character, the \. So like say \n new line \t is for tab. This is the escape character. So if you want to put a \, you escape it with again another \. So \/ will give you a single \.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can also have two \. So if I say s equals 3 \4, then instead of printing a 3 \4, the first \ is actually an escape sequence for the second one. So it'll just print one \. So it'll say 3/4. So it doesn't print both, since the first is an escape sequence for the second one. Okay. So there's the append function, which just adds an element to a list. So if I have a list called strings, which is a list of strings. Then strings dot append Charlie. So what do you think strings will say now? So the answer is, let's say Alice, Bob, and Charlie, since I just appended Charlie.
Tattva has a question.
Okay.
So what does append mean?
Append is just another way of saying add.
Okay.
So if we say append this, it just adds this. Yeah. And then
Mona has a question.
okay.
I put the slide on Schoology.
Uh, with this week's?
Yeah. And what?
Yeah.
Is last school logic?
Yeah, last week's are posted.
Okay.
I'll post this week's slides as well after the lesson is done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So what extends does is instead of appending the word like append does, it appends each letter of the word. So I'll start over and say letters equals a list. And let's say the word is equal to program. Then letters dot extend word. This will give me, it'll make at the end of this line, letters will be a list of each word in each letter in the word program. So program, right? So instead of adding the word program to the list, it adds each letter in the word program to the list. And I can also delete elements by saying delete letters of 0. So now letters is just rogram, R-O-G-R-A-M. Could have also said delete letters of 3, in which case it will be R-O-G-A-M. Sort, just sorts them alphabetically. Sorry. Letters dot sort. So now letters are in alphabetical order. I could also have said letters dot reverse, in which case you give me this. I think we can have another exercise now.
Aniraya has a question.
Okay.
Can you go back to the reverse program?
This one?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so just it puts them in reverse alphabetical order. So let's say it's A, B, C, then A dot reverse will be C, B, A. Oh. C, B, A.
Looks like Satya has a question on this. Go ahead,
Okay.
Satya. Satya, go ahead. Satya? Okay, can't hear anything from them.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is for Pratham. Quick question. So the A dot reverse, the letter dot reverse, are these all what's not clear is, are these like standard Python functions, or is this like a
Yes.
defined function?
No, these are all built-in functions in Python.
So they are not, you didn't define them, is it?
No, I didn't define any of these. They're all built in.
Okay, so the letter dot sort and letter dot reverse, they all should work directly.
Yes.
Okay. And what about this A dot reverse?
That's also built in.
Okay, so
Is it not working?
No, it's not working.
What happens when you say A dot reverse?
I said A dot reverse and then trace back most recent call, and yeah, it says
Uh,
attribute error. str object has no attribute reverse.
oh, A isn't a string, it's a list. A is the list of the letters C, B, and A. So try redefining A to a list instead of a string and see what it gives you.
okay, so type
So say A equals A,
and
B,
then
C.
put the square bracket. No. Yeah, type that.
Type in this.
Single quotes.
Now, if you say A dot reverse, it should work.
Muted.
Tell.
Did you get it?
It's not working. It's saying I tried it, but it's not working.
What is it?
Did you make a list?
Yeah, I said A equals list.
I mean, did you type in A equals, did you type in this line? Over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens after you say A dot reverse?
It says built-in method reverse of list objects at OX039BA058.
What did you do with this? Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, like this? Did you see this?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you need
Yeah,
the parentheses. You need the parentheses.
Okay. No, you will type it.
No, I don't need to.
No, just type A dot reverse, that will do.
Satya has a question. Go ahead, Satya. Satya? Satya, we cannot hear you.
Is there a question?
I couldn't able to hear anything. Probably we
Oh.
can proceed.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a program that checks if a key is in a dictionary. So we went over dictionaries a bit last week. So it's a mapping from keys to values. So in this dictionary, for example, 1 maps to 10, 2 to 20, 3 to 30, and so on. So this function called isKeyPresent takes in x as an argument, and if x is in D, it says print key is in the dictionary, and otherwise it says key is not present. So go ahead and try writing this program. So after you finish writing it, you should be able to run it and say, so the first time you're calling isKeyPresent, it's on 5. So it checks if 5 is in the dictionary, and 5 is, because 5 maps to 50. So it says key is present. See? And the second time it says key is not present, because the second time you're calling it on 9, and 9 is not in the dictionary. So I'm not sure if everyone finished writing the program. Was everyone able to define this function and run it?
Ahilan having problem.
Oh. What's the problem?
Ahilan, go ahead.
Oh, just saying I wasn't finished.
Okay. Did everyone get it?
Yeah, it looks like everybody got it.
Okay.
Tattva has a question.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was almost done for
Okay.
that program.
Okay. Are you done?
Daksh?
So in this, you're supposed to, what does it do? Like, what is it meant for? Because, like, I was in the bathroom.
Oh. So what this does is it takes in an argument, x, and you've already defined the dictionary D, so it checks whether the element that you pass in is present in the dictionary, and if so, it prints key is present, and if it's not there, it prints key is not present.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. So tuples, I went over them a bit last week. They are similar to lists, except you can't change them by assigning elements.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, whenever when I type D equals 1 colon 10 etc., it says syntax error. The colon is an invalid syntax.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Did you type it in the same way?
Wait.
The first line.
Yeah, the first line is not working.
Do you have a curly brace to open it?
A what?
Are you using a curly brace to open the dictionary?
Oh, okay. It's not a regular bracket, is it?
No, it's a curly brace, not a regular bracket.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read. Can you
Yeah.
zoom your screen a little bit? What I have to do is have to use this one.
I'm not sure how to zoom.
Oh, it should work.
You can probably change the font.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a curly brace, and then you close it also with a curly brace.
Okay, let's try it. Let's see.
Tattva has a question.
Okay.
So it's saying syntax error for the present. Key underspace present is it's showing wrong.
What's the error that you're getting?
So it's just highlighting the word present in red.
I can't really say without seeing your screen. Is it possible for me to see his screen?
No, we don't have the option to.
Okay. Yeah, then you just have to make sure you copied this exactly.
Post your code probably in the question section so we can see.
Okay.
I'm not able to open the questions section.
I didn't see any post in the questions yet.
Okay.
Okay, I see that. Is key present 5? Is key present 6? Tejas, can you see?
No, each time I open the questions tab, it just closes right away. I think it's a glitch with the system.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Yeah, it stays open for 1 second and then closes right back.
What he typed is key underscore is underscore present parentheses 5 parentheses and
Did you define the function the same way? Like, did you call the function key is present or is key present?
He is present.
Okay. So you called it the same way that you defined it?
Yeah.
can you post the full code?
The whole program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Satya is asking how do we get the value of 1 or 2 or 3?
Oh, so to get the value of a dictionary, all you have to do is following. So to get the value of 1, you just say d of 1.
So did you get it?
Yeah, I'm checking the code right now.
So you just say d and square brackets, the value that you want to find, and then it just tells it to you. That's how you find the value.
Did you define twice? Or did you post it twice?
No, only once.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, I think I posted it twice.
Okay. And what version you are using? Is it 3.5?
Yeah, 3.5.2.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I don't see anything different from what you have it on the screen, Tejas. It looks exact same. What here, the code he posted. But only difference inside. Oh no, I don't see any problem. Yeah, it's the exact same.
No parentheses are missing.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see the problem. The definition he defined as is underscore key underscore present, but he's calling key underscore is underscore space present.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it has to be the exact same name when you call it and define it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to call it the same thing that I call it, but whatever you call it, it has to be consistent.
Oh, okay. Let me just delete. Okay. Is underscore key. I'll just post it right now so you can see if it's correct now.
Okay, let me see. Did you just post it?
No, I'm posting it right now.
Okay.
And
Okay, got it. Let me see.
You start running it and see if it works.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this looks good.
Oh, it's showing wrong.
The definition is underscore key underscore present, and you are calling is underscore key underscore present. And see, you have some extra spaces. Maybe that is causing the problem.
Okay, let me do
When you
it
are
then.
making call.
Yeah, it works now. It works.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So as I was saying, tuples are similar to a list, but they are immutable, which means that you can't assign to them. So I could say A or T equals tuple 2, 3, 4, and I can say T of 1 is equal to 3, but I can't say T of 1 equals 8. So for me to assign an item, it has to be a list. It can't be a tuple. And just like in a list, you can say like 1 onwards. You can also do the same thing here by saying 1 onwards. So it starts at 1 and then goes to the end if you just say 1 colon. And if I say T of 1 colon 2, it starts at 1 and just gives me 3. So zipping is the function that takes two lists and makes a list of tuples, where in each tuple the first element corresponds to one list and the second element corresponds to the other. So I'll show you how that works. So let's say numbers equals 1, 2, 3, and spellings equals 1, 2, 3. Then zip of numbers, comma, spellings hold on.
Tattva has a question.
Okay.
Further up, what does zip stand for?
It doesn't stand for anything. It's just a way of combining elements of lists. So, so in this example, Ben and 0, it takes the first element of each. So the first element of the zip result has Ben and 0, right? Because Ben is the 0th element of this list, and 0 is the 0th element of this. And
Yeah.
Chen and 0 correspond, and Yakin and 1 correspond. So it's just a list of 3 tuples that correspond to the elements of each list.
So it just lists out the number of elements?
Not the number of elements, but it just like it's a list of tuples where the first tuple contains the first element of names and the first element of genders. The second tuple consists of the second element of names and the second element of gender, and the third tuple contains the third element of names and the third element of gender, and so on. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Satya is asking, after zipping, does it work like a dictionary?
No, no. It's different. A dictionary is a mapping from from a key to a value, but a zip is just a list of tuples. So it's not the same as a dictionary at all. Okay. Yeah, so dictionary, as I said, maps a key to a value, and you can only have one key, but you can have many values. So, for example,
And also she's asking when we use the zip.
when do you use zip? I mean, it depends on what I've never used it, but yeah, like I'm not sure like when this could come up, but like it has applications. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer that question fully.
Okay, Satya, the zip is actually grouping together multiple elements, he showed in the example. Like, see the Ben 0, Chen 0. There are situations when you need to have these values kept together. Like, say one user has an ID, and you want to store that each user and corresponding ID in an array kind of thing. Like, that is where you use the zip. The classes also come into the picture afterwards, but the zipping basically helps in that way. Like, you can keep the values together that corresponds to that particular one. Does it answer your question? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So in a dictionary, you can have multiple. You can only have one of each key, but you can have multiple values. So if I say D of 1 equals 9, D of 1 equals 8, it just replaces the mapping. So it doesn't say D1918, it just replaces it with the most recent value that I assigned. But if I say D of 2 equals 8, that's completely fine because two elements, two keys can map to the same value.
Okay, Mona has a question. Looks like Mona.
Yeah, we did the whole program with zip and everything.
Yeah.
How do we print zip?
So let's say A equals 1, 2, 3, B equals 4, 5, 6. Uh, uh, hold on, let me check. Oh, you need to cast it to a list, so yeah. You have to cast it to a list in order to print it.
Okay,
So if you say,
Satya is also asking on the same one, but she's asking how do we retrieve a particular value inside a zip? Like say, yeah, you have, you say in an earlier example, Chen 0.
yeah.
So how do you retrieve the value of Chen?
So what you do is you cast the zip to a list. So if I say values equals list of z, then values now contains the then a z equals zip a and b, then list of z gives me this, and I can say list of z of 0. Or, wait. So I have to first zip A and B together, then cast the result to a list, and then take the element which I want to access. And then it gives me what I want. Does that make sense? So let's say A equals Alice, Bob, and Charlie, and B equals 0, 1, 1. Then let's say I say list of zip of A and B of 1. That'll give me Bob, comma 1. So zip of A and B converts A and B to a zip. List converts that into a list. And then I'm just taking the element 1 of that list, which is Bob 1.
Tattva has a question.
Yeah.
I still don't get what the dictionary is for. Like the dictionary.
It's for mapping keys to values. So let's say I wanted to make a dictionary where where I map every number to its spelling. And I could say D of 1 equals 1. D of 2 equals 2. Oh, sorry. D of 3 equals 3. So now D contains, it maps every number to the spelling that I assigned. So do you see what it does now?
Yeah. So it just maps every single number you just assigned to
Right.
the program.
To a spelling of the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Okay, so a set is another thing that is similar to a dictionary, similar to a tuple in a list. So let's say S equals set. Then I can say something like S dot append 9. Oh, set dot add 9, sorry. S dot add 8. S dot add 10. So now S contains 8, 9, 10. But the thing about a set is that it doesn't contain duplicate values. So notice that S contains the value 9, but if I say S dot add 9, it's not going to have 2 9s now. It's just going to have 1 9. So it doesn't add, so whenever you add something, it only increases the size if that element isn't present. If it is present, then it just stays the same.
Okay, set. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, quick question. So, are these the PPTs, are they posted somewhere? Because we want to refer to this.
Yeah, last week's are already posted on Schoology, and I'll post this week's right after like this is done.
So, because I see the YouTube links posted, but I don't see the PPTs.
Oh, I just posted I posted last week's at the beginning of this class.
Oh, okay, okay.
Do you see it? At 11:06 I posted it.
Okay, and today's, are you going to post it today or?
Yeah, I'll post it right now.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Yeah, actually we'll move it under class material section.
Oh, class material?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, I think the reference will be useful. Thank you.
Okay. I'll do that.
Aniraya has a question. Aniraya, go ahead and unmute.
How do you access Schoology?
Okay, that I can answer you after this section. You know, we don't have so much of time.
Okay.
The Schoology, I sent links for the Schoology email. The web address and the access code. You need to use it to join the Schoology with that one. I can resend that one to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Mona has a question.
Okay.
I went to class materials, but I can't find the slides.
We will put it under class material. We'll create a section called class material, and we'll put it there. After this section is over, we'll move it there.
Okay.
Taksh has a question. Taksh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So is class over?
Yes, it is getting over. Probably a couple more minutes. That's it. Tejas, are we at a point to wrap?
Yeah. So
Cool.
we didn't get to finish the whole thing. We'll finish what we can get to.
Getting so much of noise in the background.
Yeah. So is that it?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'll post it to class material.
All right then. Thank you, Tejas, and we'll.
All right.
Sorry, somebody has a question. Okay, the Sushrit has a question.
Okay.
Yes, Sushrit.
Yeah. So the class material is going to be posted right after the class, right? The PowerPoint presentation, whatever he has used.
That's correct.
Okay. Because so far nothing is there. That's why checking.
We'll post it after this one.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Tejas, and thank you everyone for attending. And all this material will be posted under class material, and and today's recording will be also posted there under the class recording section. All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.